Top 10 healthiest food selected by 300 Japanese doctors. That's what I'm going to talk about today, so stick around. Hi, my name is Sachiaki Takamiya. I'm the author of the Ikigai diet and Ikigai biohacking. Okay, so today I'd like to share with you a TV program, a Japanese TV program called Mei no Da Taikoban, Ishi ga erabu shokuzai so senkyo. It was broadcasted in January 2019. Now, so 300 Japanese doctors gathered and they had a vote on healthy food, yeah? And then they made a ranking, a top 10 ranking of the healthiest food. So the system goes, so they all voted for the best superfood. And the food which got the most vote becomes number one, yeah? And then the food which got the second most vote becomes number two, and so on, right? Okay, yeah. So now the number 10 is apples. And the reason they gave is apple contain apple polyphenol, which is good for the lungs, yeah? And number 9, kimuchi. Lactic acid bacteria. It contains lactic acid bacteria, and kimuchi contains 100 times more lactic acid bacteria than regular pickled Chinese cabbage. Yeah, so it has become very popular in Japan too. Now, kimuchi is a Korean pickle. It's not a Japanese pickle, but now it is very popular in Japan, and it is the most produced pickle in Japan now. Number 8, avocados. Avocados are good for the knees and joint damage. Therefore, if you're a jogger, it is good to eat avocados. Now, avocados are very popular in the West, so I don't even need to talk about it. You all know the health benefit of avocados, yeah? And it isn't so big in Japan, but now it is becoming popular here too. Now, number 7, tomatoes. Now, tomatoes contain lycopene, which prevents arteriosclerosis, yeah? And better to heat them. This way, you can observe lycopene more effectively, yeah? So what I do is I sometimes make tomato sauce pasta, and then I actually put the actual tomatoes, yeah? Or I put tomatoes in the curry, yeah? Those two are good ways to eat tomatoes heated. Number 6, broccoli. Yeah, broccoli is very popular superfood in the West too, yeah? It is considered to be the king of vegetables. It contains all kinds of nutrients, yeah? It has vitamin B, vitamin C, vitamin E, folic acid, and a lot of fiber, yeah? You shouldn't boil it, because when you boil it, all the nutrients goes into the soup, yeah? It is better to steam it, yeah? I usually steam broccoli when I cook it, yeah? Or you can drink the soup, then that's okay. So when you put broccoli in the soup, that is okay, because you drink the soup as well. But if you just boil broccoli, make sure to drink the soup as well to absorb all nutrient, right? But the best way is to steam it. And I usually drink the soup as well, even when I steam broccoli. Now, number 5, vinegar. Vinegar slows down the elevation of blood sugar level. Therefore, it is good to have vinegar in every meal. So I usually have vegetable first. Then second, I eat some protein dish, and then finally a carb dish, yeah? And usually when I have my vegetables, I make a dressing using vinegar. And so I have vinegar with my vegetable, so it always slows down the elevation of blood sugar level. Number 4, tofu. Now, it is a great source of plant-based protein. And I mean, you can get plant-based protein from all kinds of beans too. But when you're eating a lot of beans, sometimes you get tired of eating, beans all the time. And tofu gives you a change. Yeah, it has a different texture. So, and then it adds to the recipes of cooking, and you can put tofu in curry. You can even put tofu in pasta. You can eat tofu cold. There's so many ways of eating tofu. So it's great to have it as an alternative to eating regular beans. It prevents arteriosclerosis as well. Okay, so coming up, top 3. But before that, I'd like to talk about my webinar. I'm giving a webinar called How to Stay Young and Healthy into Old Age on April 21st from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Japan time. So in North America, it is April 20th evening time. Yeah. Now, this particular one in April is going to be free, but I'll be charging from May. So I'll be giving a monthly webinar starting this month. Only this one is going to be free. So make sure to sign up with this one. You can go to ikigaidiet.com to sign up. I put the link below in the description box. Okay, so now top 3, 300 Japanese doctors have chosen the top 10 superfood, and now the top 3. Okay, number 3, yogurt. So yogurt is known for, yogurt is good for the gut microbiome, and it also has lactic acid bacteria. Yeah, it's animal-based, but still it's a lactic acid bacteria. And it is good to soak dried fruit in it. Dried fruit or nuts, seeds, in other words, muesli. You can soak muesli in a yogurt, and that is great. Yeah, but I recommend soy yogurt. Yeah, but when you eat soy yogurt, you need to be careful about GM soybeans, because recently a lot of soy products are made by GM beans. So you need to check the ingredient to make sure to avoid GM soybeans. Now, number 2, blue skin fish such as sardine and mackerel. Blue skin fish contain omega-3 fatty acid called EPA and DHA, and EPA is good for reverse aging, and DHA activates brain, therefore it is good for your brain health. Now, I practice a plant-based diet during the week, but I eat fish on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and this is the reason why. Okay, so number 1 is coming up. But before that, I'd like to talk about my book, The Ikigai Diet. Now, if you're interested in the optimal way of activating autophagy and the optimal way of feeding your diverse gut microbiome, please read the book. It talks many of the essence from Japanese dietary culture. For example, Ichibutsu Zentaishoku and Shindo Fuji from Zen Shojin Diet. Ichiju Sansai from Washoku. Washoku is a Japanese cooking in general. Yeah, Ichiju Sansai from Washoku. And Mago wa Yasashi, and that is a new buzzword in the modern Japanese health trend. And Hare and Care. Yeah, so if you want to know more in detail about the Japanese dietary culture, please get the book. Now, number 1 superfood. Now, before that, let's look at the other top 10 superfoods. So number 10, apples. Number 9, kimuchi. Number 8, avocados. Number 7, tomatoes. Number 6, broccoli. Number 5, vinegar. Number 4, tofu. Number 3, yogurt. and number 2, blue skin fish, right? So what have 300 Japanese doctors selected to be number 1? Natto, right? Okay, so the reason is it improves the condition of our intestinal environment. It prevents cerebral infarctions and cardiac infarctions. It prevents arteriosclerosis. It prevents type 2 diabetes. It prevents cancer, and it prevents dementia, right? I am not surprised with this result. In fact, I'm very happy that many doctors have agreed with me, because natto is something I have been recommending all this time. Yeah, it is one of the 2 key foods that I recommend in the Ikigai diet. So I'm so happy and excited about it. So natto was selected to be the number 1 healthiest food by 300 Japanese doctors. Natto has so many other health benefits, and I think it is the king of superfood. So in the next video, I will share with you some other health benefits of natto and why I think it is the king of superfood. Right. Okay, so thank you for watching. Again, my name is Sachiaki Takamiya. I am the author of the Ikigai diet and Ikigai biohacking. If you like this video, please give me your thumb up and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you in the next video. Live with your Ikigai.